Hello guys, I'm here from Not Toys Action Figures bringing you another Power Rangers Lightning Collection review, and yes, you voted for it. There were four choices. I'm going to put them up on the screen here. I can't remember exactly what the choices were, but it was definitely Time Force Red Ranger, it was the Ranger Slayer Goldar, and there was one other Ranger, but I can't remember what it was. But you voted, and Time Force Red won, and I'm very glad that it did win because I've had this figure a long time. This was actually, I think, one of the first figures I bought. I remember, I think he came in the wave with the Mighty Morphin Blue Ranger. I think I get them mixed up. I can't remember which wave he came in, but I remember I bought the wave with the Blue Ranger and the wave with the Green Ranger, and he came in one of those, and I can't remember which one it is. And yeah, I'm like really excited to open him up because he seems to be like a favorite Ranger of a lot of people. Also, the value of him is going up, so I want to know why. And he's very unique. You can see he has these kind of see-through weapons. He has a nice piece there. You can see the box is a little bit scuffed up, but yeah, excited to get him out of the box. So let's do exactly that. Okay, and here is Wes out of the box in the trademarked toy, not Toys Action Figures, back of the box pose. And yes, we have another nice figure. And like I said, he's quite a unique one. Like this one, I feel like, oh, this kind of this design feels like feels the most Japanese to me somehow. Like it feels the most kind of it's very plain and it's very like kind of space feeling, but also very kind of like Kamen Rider motorbike riding feeling. Like obviously I know he's not bug themed in any way, but just the cleanness of the suit, the cleanness of the design, the visor, like the whole thing is based off of kind of shapes. Just feels very Japanese and very like Ultraman-y. But yeah, as a Power Ranger and as a figure, he looks great. Like I said, like he's very clean. He strikes a nice pose. He has a very unique weapon. It's not something we've seen really in the Lightning Collection. This kind of double-ended spear, and also the effect looks awesome there. And the weapon too, like it's very kind of space agey, like science fiction feeling. More so than a lot of the other weapons that feel, they're way more kind of dinosaur. Feeling, or they're like heavily laden in gold. Like you notice with this guy, he has no gold on him. He's all just red, white, and silver. It just doesn't feel very as Power Rangery as other ones like in Zeo or Mighty Morphin, obviously, or even like Dino Thunder. They all have like this Dino aspect or this gold aspect, but these ones don't. So he's definitely different. Let's put him in another pose. And here we have Wes in another pose, kind of holding the I'm not sure what this weapon's called. Let me know down in the description or in the comments, I should say. But yeah, it does look pretty awesome, and like I said, it's a very unique weapon. And yeah, again, just a very clean looking figure. Obviously, it's on the old body. You can see there is the old pinned elbows. It is quite an old figure. Like I said, I'm not sure which wave it was from, but it was definitely one of the early ones. And I think I must have had him boxed for like nearly 2 years. I think. I remember. I think I got him when I moved into this new apartment, and that was about 2 years ago. So he's definitely an antique now. I'm kind of on the fence whether or not to get the blue one with the bike, because I've heard very like mixed reports about how good the bike is and how good the blue figure is. Because the blue figure is on the new body, and it's one of those things. Like I really don't like collecting teams where they aren't like. There's no chance of finishing them. And I feel like with Time Force, it's going to be very hard to finish the team, especially if Hasbro is taking a break. However, I already do have the Red Ranger. So, I mean, I've already started a team. That was kind of accidental because, like I said, I'm pretty sure I bought him in a wave with another figure that I really wanted. But let me know if you have the Blue Ranger, if he's worth picking up, Maybe it's something that I wait around for like Black Friday or for Christmas. Maybe he goes on sale and I can get him cheaply. But if you have the figure, let me know in the comments if I should pick him up. Let's put him in another pose. And here is Wes channeling his inner Ahsoka Tano here with the double blades. Very cool. I love double bladed weapons mostly because of Ahsoka. And it's awesome that they made it so that these blades could come apart and you can pose him like this. It's a little bit hard to get the gimbal below so you can see his face, but nevertheless, he does strike a very striking pose there with the double blades. And it's cool that like I said, that Hasbro puts in these abilities and that they can split like this. I think it's interesting, especially when you compare it to the Blue Ranger, to the Mighty Morphin Blue, how he came with his weapons. you got one long one and then two that kind of attached. But this one, they decided to just give you one that can attach together, which you can put together. It's interesting. And the weapons themselves, yeah, they're very cool. They're very, accurate towards the show, that they're almost see-through. I thought that was like some weird change that they made for the figure, but no, it looks accurate, at least from the pictures that I've been seeing. So let's now maybe go through a little bit of his detail, have a close look at the figure, and see what we have with the Time Force Red. Okay, guys, we have Time Force Red and we have a bit of light. So yeah, I'm not going to go through the articulation because, like I said, it's the old pinned body. We've seen this a million times already. But I did want to look a little bit more at his kind of detail, because I really like looking at the different character designs of the figures, and also the different QC aspects of the figures from Hasbro. So you can see here, there's a really nice helmet and visor. Again, I don't really know the character or the team, but you know, everything looks clean. Like, you have this silver line here, you have the red arrow coming down the black. There's no real like paint splodges or mistakes there. And then you have the mouth that is also very reminiscent of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. You go down to his chest and he has the kind of his arrow logo in the middle. You can kind of see it's more so on the back. The difference is in the white. Like, this white here looks very red. Like, you can see the red plastic underneath shining through. He also has a white neck there with a line that goes around quite nicely to make this arrow. It always amazes. I mean, it's a little bit off there, but it always amazes me how well they managed to print this stuff on and how straight. Like, I mean, maybe I got a bit lucky. Like, if you look really closely, the arrow is maybe a little bit to the right, but still, just looking at it like this, it looks great. And I'm always really impressed how accurate they get with these things. You can see here, unfortunately with mine, there is a little bit of paint scuffing on this side of his arm, and also here. You know, if you have this problem, you could always just touch it up with some white paint. Problem is the white paint probably is going to stand out on this kind of pinkish reddish paint that's here. But yeah, it's one of those things. You see on the butterfly joints, he has more white there that kind of fill out this area. And then if we go down, everything is plain red. We have the belt. The belt has a nice little bit of detail there with a blue dot on it. I'm not sure if the dot's meant to be centered or not, but it looks pretty good where it is, just a little bit off the side. And we have the black belt going all the way around. You can see there a little bit of plastic sticking off, but yeah, got it. Go down to his wrists, and again, there's like a nice little bit of painted detail here with the black line and then the red dot on this kind of metallic silver. Yeah, I always like it when they paint this stuff, because I feel like in modern Hasbro, this would just all be silver. Like, they probably wouldn't paint the black lines on it. On this side, it's just the black line, there's no more. I'm assuming this is the morpher. So it's nice that they just add this little bit of detail there. Then going down, we have the regular red trousers with the seam line down on them. Going down to the boots. Top of the boots has been painted. Mine is a little bit scuffed, unfortunately, but it's nothing too bad. And yeah, you can see here the black line is a little bit off. Scuffed a little bit more there. And the bottom of the shoes are red. I don't know if they're meant to be black. So yeah, I think in general, it's a nice figure. Maybe mine, I got a little bit unlucky with the paint scuffs. If you have one, you can definitely just touch them up. Like, it wouldn't be hard. I never do that. I'm too lazy to touch up my stuff. But yeah, it's a nice looking figure. For accessories, I already showed you the sword, but I guess you would call it more of a spear, but it has this kind of translucent effect to it with this black going through the middle. You can see on here there's little bits of detail of the red here, and then the red tip, and then on the hilts they have just regular black, and then here is a circle which you can then kind of plug in to make the longer spear, which is really cool. And again, I find it interesting that Hasbro decided to make it one piece instead of like giving you these two and then one long piece, if you know what I mean. Interesting choice there, but it works. Then we have the head of Wes. So again, the sculpt looks really good. Yeah, maybe, I don't know, he seems a little like to look very young here compared to what he does at least on the pictures I'm looking at. And very toyish, but I guess that's just kind of the effect of the Lightning collection sometimes. The hair's nicely sculpted. Again, a little bit plain. It might be nice to have like a little wash on top just to bring out the locks a little bit more. But yeah, I mean, the Lightning collection heads always look good. The likenesses always look good. I mean, apart from the one to Tommy, some of Tommy's ones look really bad. But I always think they generally look good, and this is another one that looks good. Then we have the lightning effect piece, which I showed you at the start of the episode, with which fits nicely into here. And I love that this is just really easy to understand how it works. Some effect pieces take a little bit of thinking to be all right, what do they want me to do? How is it supposed to fit on the weapon? Or maybe it's not designed for a weapon that it comes with, so it doesn't necessarily fit, but this one fits really nicely. Then we have finally two hands. We have a thumbs up, which I'm assuming is relevant to the character. I'm trying to look for pictures of him with the thumbs up, but can't find any. And then we have a fist. And yeah, that's everything, at least for the detail. So let's maybe put the Wes head on him and have a look how he looks with his civilian head. Boom. And for the civilian head, I decided to kind of put him in this kind of at ease pose, but ready to strike up against whoever he's fighting, with both the swords there. Again, kind of very Jedi in feeling. And again, yeah, the head looks great. Like I said, I think it looks a little bit young for the character, at least in the photos I'm seeing. But yeah, it's another great figure, and another interesting one to look at. Like I'm really into right now looking at interesting Lightning Collection figures. Now that I finished the Mighty Morphin and also did the Mighty Morphin Remastered, I kind of have all of these interesting ones in the backlog, and it's kind of interesting to see, what they do differently, what these teams have differently, different weapons, different sculpts, different helmets, like everything there that is not Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, but is still Power Rangers and still something really interesting. And reading up a little bit on the backstories of each of these characters has been really cool to learn about, because I didn't watch any of these shows. And yeah, I think Time Force is very, very cool. Like I say, if you have the Blue Ranger with the bike and you think it's worth picking up, let me know and I will pick it up and do a review for you. And yeah, otherwise, keep an eye out for the Ranger Slayer review coming up. That will be the next one, because that was second place in your vote. And thanks so much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.